Here are example asset allocations for your 401k. First one is Warren Buffett's advice. Warren Buffett's advice is to have 90% in low-cost S&P index funds and 10% in short-term government bonds that can work for your 401k, especially for young investors with a high risk tolerance and a long investment horizon. 2. Take the age-based approach. This involves subtracting your age from a number like 1 or 120 to determine the percentage that your portfolio should be invested. For example, a 30-year-old could have 70 to 90% of their 401k in stocks and the rest in bonds or lower risk investment. 3. The all-weather portfolio. Let's switch gears and turn to one of the sharpest minds in the investment world, Ray Dalio. He's not your average Wall Street honcho. He founded Bridgewater Associates, which is one of the largest hedge funds and has a knack for making bold contrarian predictions that often hit the mark. Ray Dalio's all-weather portfolio is on the idea of creating a diversified portfolio that should perform well across all economic environments. So here is the asset allocation he suggests. 30% in stocks. For long-term growth, you could use a low-cost total stock market index fund. 40% in long-term bonds tend to do well when economic conditions are poor. 15% in intermediate term bonds hedge against deflation. 7.5% in gold. Gold is a traditional hedge against inflation. And 7.5 in commodities. Other commodities can also provide a hedge against inflation. And here's some findings from Vanguard. Vanguard, one of the world's largest investment companies. And according to the Vanguard report, their investors' median stock allocation was about 88% for investors in their 20s, which gradually decreased to around 50% for investors in their 70s. Again, investing is not a one-size-fits answer. Your best asset allocation may look very different from these examples. This is just to give you some insight into what they're thinking so that you can create your own plan. The key is to create a plan that you're comfortable with and that you stick to. And when you're creating your asset allocation, you're gonna have to look at what different types of funds or investments to add in there. Which brings us to one of the most talked about and one of the most touted investments inside the FIRE community, low-cost index funds.